He was allowed to kill, and I'm not. Listen, I need y'all to listen close because I don't want nobody to mix my words, okay, or try to put together a narrative that's just not true. I want everybody to listen to what I am saying and the reason why I'm saying it, okay? Daniel Penny is trending today because people are bringing up the similarities and the hypocrisies between these two cases. Now, the Daniel Penny case, sure, Jordan Neely was acting erratically. Jordan Neely was threatening people with words. Jordan Neely had not put a hand on anybody, right? And Daniel Penny was allowed, okay? He was allowed to creep up behind him and take his life on a train with mental illness involved. Since when are you allowed to take people's lives who have mental illness? When are you allowed to kill somebody who's having a mental illness episode? When did that happen? Police aren't even allowed to do such a thing. He was unarmed, mind you. No knife, no gun, not even a boomerang, not even a goddamn slingshot. He didn't have anything. When has it become okay? When did that law change that you're allowed to kill someone because they're having a mental illness episode? I'm asking that question. So Daniel Penny is trending today because people are bringing up the hypocrisy, the similarities, the train, the mental illness. I must say this several times in this video. I do not condone what that boy did on that train to that Ukrainian girl. I don't condone that whatsoever. Okay? I gotta make that very, very clear. But we also have to look at, the contradictions and the hypocrisies out here. Last week, there was a school shooter. Did Donald Trump even make a statement about the school shooter? They were innocent kids, American kids. It's kind of odd that he spoke up for the Ukrainian woman. But did he speak up for the American kids? Did he say he's gonna crack down on school shooters and hate groups? Very odd stuff. I'm looking at this thing sideways because Donald Trump is now talking about monsters and cleaning up this crime, and it's working in DC. And he's very, very energetic about this particular incident. I didn't see any energy for the school shooting. I didn't see any energy for the American kids that were killed. If somebody saw Donald Trump speak on the school shooter and how he's gonna crack down on hate groups and how he's gonna stop these mass shootings, please comment it. I know nobody's gonna be able to do it because he didn't say a goddamn word about it, okay? I'm gonna get to all the comments in a minute. Now, I'm on social media and I'm seeing a whole different energy that I'm seeing for the school shooting. Not only is it Donald Trump that has a funny energy this week, but a lot of the other races on my timeline, they have a funny energy this week. Today, they're mad. They're radicalized. They're really angry. What are you angry at? Are you angry at mental illness? Or are you mad at black people? And I know the answer to that. A lot of people are mad at black people today. Be honest. Be honest. Winston, be honest. Winston, be honest, brother. You guys, there's a lot of people mad at black people today. What does that train, the guy on the train that just killed that Ukrainian, what does he have to do with black people? How is this becoming a black issue? If the school shooter is not a white issue, how is the train guy a black issue? Mr. Stepper, what it do? Okay, great. We got a great answer. Adam, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you said that. Adam Arcane says that was anger at the system having set him free. Now listen, for some, yes. For some, yes. The thing about this is I'm actually talking to people on Facebook that are mad at black people. And they're saying white people are under attack. They're using this to say, I'm not your brother either, sir. I say brother a lot, okay? No problem. I'm talking to people that I know personally, that I have relationships with. They're mad at black people. They said this has made them radicalized. This has radicalized them. Okay? So I'm talking about real life situations. Big Larry, what's up, man? How you doing? I'm talking. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah, I already know. Yeah, man. I see you, brother. Now that's my brother. Okay, that's a brother of mine. But anyway, let me get back on track. I'm talking to people that I have real relationships with, white folks, and they told me that white people are under attack, specifically Christian white people. They actually believe this, that there's some sort of war going on. But hold up, I thought it was mental illness. Last week, when they killed those American children, everybody, the first thing they said, it was mental illness and gun control. But this week is black folks are monsters, and we're attacking white people. Ryan said you're generalizing all. What am I generalizing? Shout out to Chicago, Robert Mendola. Somebody tell me when I lie. Tell me when I tell a lie, because we're very accurate on this channel and we're very fair on this channel. See, we don't do the racism. We don't do the bullshit that a lot of y'all like to do. We're very fair here. You understand? Ruger P says most black people are monsters. Well, let me ask you this. What foundational black Americans have a track record of genocide and killing whole groups of people? Dropping bombs on women and children. Who has that track record? Who has a track record? I'm talking about foundational black Americans. What foundational black Americans have a track record of enslaving a whole race? Who? We don't have a track record of being monsters. We are actually the people who have fought the monsters. Without foundational black Americans, America would probably still have segregation. America will probably still have slavery. Okay. We are the people, the so-called monsters. We are the ones that fought for civil rights. Do you understand that? We had to fight for you all to act civilized. You dig? Now, back to Daniel Penny. Daniel Penny is trending today. Can anybody answer why he's trending today? Somebody tell me why Daniel Penny is trending today. Anybody know? It's a lot of funny guys ahead. So I want to hear from some of the funny guys. American Patriot said, then act civilized and the problems will stop. No, see, I thought you had a high IQ, sir. What I said to you really just went over your head. I'm gonna say it again. Foundational black Americans, we are the ones who had to fight for civil rights. Meaning we had to fight the US government. We had to fight the people of this country who were not black to be civilized. You understand that? Meaning to stop hanging people from trees. To stop burning crosses in people's yards. Weird shit. Weird degenerate shit. We don't have a track record of that. We don't have a track record of that. Do you understand? American patriot said, you can live in the present, but you choose to live in the past. It's your own damn fault. Cry about it. There are no tears here, sir. Okay, let's do it like this then. Let's do it like this. I want to ask y'all a question. Do y'all believe, and I'm just throwing this question out there, and I feel for that young lady on that train, and I feel for her family. But I want to ask y'all a question. Do y'all believe that what happened on that train to that Ukrainian woman, do y'all believe that was like a spirit of karma for Daniel Penny? I'm just asking. Do you believe that was like a spiritual karmic energy for Jordan Neely? I'm just asking. Anybody have any answers? XQ said, this guy loves to play victim. I'm asking a question. A lot of people are really upset today, man. And the thing is, why weren't you all this upset when that school shooter ran into that Catholic school last week and killed American kids? That's what I want to know. Is it because the media didn't tell you to be upset? See, you want to know what a monster is? A monster is Timothy McVeigh. We don't have any black Timothy McVeighs. Y'all know who Timothy McVeigh is? He's a hero in certain circles amongst the racist community. Timothy McVeigh pulled up to a building in front of a daycare full of kids and let off a bomb and killed over 100 people. Yeah, Robert said he blew up Oklahoma State. Yeah, so it's so hilarious when dude said that black people are monsters. We've never done anything like that. There are literally 100 examples that I can give. There are literally 100 examples that I could give in contrast to what we've never done. We would never do no dumb shit like that. We don't do degenerate shit like that. Yeah, granted, what we will do, let me tell you what we'll do, because I always hold my people accountable. I'm not saying we, because we're not gonna own what some criminals do. Now, what some black criminals will do is they'll roll up on a block, good 3 a.m. when everybody's standing out there partying, and they'll let off a switch, and they'll hit 10, 12 people. That's the dumb shit we do, okay? That's the dumb shit we do. But one thing we don't do is pull up U-Hauls full of explosives in front of a daycare and kill fucking children. That's not what we do. How dare you call us monsters? Like Farrakhan said, you should be quiet. You're not you don't have the moral ground to speak on none of this shit. You dig? Let me tell you how it's different, Ruger P. The difference is when somebody say, let's use Chicago, because y'all love talking about Chicago. You love it. When somebody rolls up, most of the time they're looking for an enemy. They're looking for another criminal. They're looking for another criminal that probably killed one of their friends last week, or that said they were going to kill them when they see them. That is the fucking difference. Not innocent fucking kids. Do you dig? Yeah, who's making things up, XQ? You know it's the truth, homie. You know it's the truth. Yeah, Eric Lopez says, well, you got a point there. Yeah, this is what we do over here. All that racist bullshit that y'all be talking, it doesn't work over here. It just doesn't work over here, dog. You dig? Yeah, I do need to stop using so many cuss words. You're 100% correct. Yeah. Cassius says, if I'm confused with anger, mistaken, it is integrity and confidence. Why do black men kill me? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that is. American Patriot says, like the innocent kids you leave as black dads and the single mom epidemic. Or is that our fault too? Listen, when y'all talk about this single mom shit, see, this is how, listen, again, I thought y'all had the high IQ. Typically, black men, such as even myself, I'm not married, but I take care of my kids. So when my girlfriend, when she fills out paperwork, she has to put single. Idiot. So a lot of us don't believe in the traditional marriage, Christianity marriage thing, involving the government in our relationship. A lot of us don't really believe in that. That's what you dig. It's not wrong if you do, but a lot of us don't believe in that. Therefore, when it shows up on paper, the statistics will say, oh, well, she's a single mother. No, but most of the black men that I know take care of their kids. I live in Mountain, let me tell y'all something. I say it all the time. I live in Mountain, Maryland. I live in a white ghetto. Okay. I live in a white ghetto, a white impoverished city. And the surrounding cities are white and impoverished with a bunch of single white mothers, with single white baby daddies that are in prison or strung out on meth, strung out on crack. You dig? You can't talk to me. I've lived in every different place. I've seen both sides. There are so many places in America, so many enclaves where there are no black people, where the poverty level is so low, the single mother rate is so high, the welfare rate is so high, but it doesn't get talked about because y'all love to make us the scapegoats. And now the racists are becoming the victims as they're being attacked or something. We're attacking white people or some shit. So you know that shit don't work over here, man. Now, granted, does some brothers lead their kids? Absolutely. Are there deadbeat brothers out there? Sure. Are there deadbeat white people out there? Sure. See, over here, I'm not gonna sit here and candy coat shit. But we gonna be fair. We gonna be real fair. You dig? Coffin said, it is mathematics. We can do percentage per capita. Y'all love goddamn per capita. Y'all love it. Now let's be real. Okay, let me run with y'all narrative real quick. I want to give y'all some credit. Let's run with your narrative that black men, okay, don't take care of their kids. I want to roll with y'all for a second. Y'all cool with that? We aren't shit. Black men aren't shit. We kill each other, right? I want to go with you all's narrative. We don't take care of our kids. We're on welfare. What else do we do, y'all? Somebody put something else. What else do we do? I want to hear it all. Give it all to us. No, Sugar Bum. I'm going with their narrative for a minute because I want to come to a point. Okay? Now, let's just say we aren't shit. How do you all think that we got to be so dysfunctional? How do you think it came to be like this? What is it about us that made us so dysfunctional, if that's the truth? And we know it's not. Anybody? Okay, well, I'll tell you. When you take a group of people and you enslave them psychologically, physically, emotionally, and mentally, I don't care if it's my ancestors from 1600s, okay? They're still my ancestors. It still affects me to this day. You take a group of people, you enslave them for 400 years. Jim Crow, you enact racism. You practice racism every chance you get. And then you flood most of these towns and cities with crack cocaine. It is a fact that the U.S. government flooded all these cities and towns, all these black cities and towns with crack cocaine. And then you ask the question why there are certain dysfunctions in certain parts of the black community. See, you all never had to deal with that. You all never had the CIA dump pounds and pounds and tons of meth. You all never had to deal with that. Okay? That wasn't a psychological, a warfare, a chemical warfare placed upon your people. So when you talk about these people in Chicago, they're shooting or they don't take care of their kids, these are products of crack babies. These are products of a line of family who were in poverty. And it all circles back to white supremacy. And I don't make excuses for my people. If you go back on my channel, you'll see me reprimanding and hold my people accountable for the violence within our community. So all that shit is not gonna work over here. I'm telling the truth over here. We're gonna talk about truth over here. I don't pat nobody on the ass. You dig? But we're gonna tell the real deal truth. JJ said my mom and dad was addicted to crack. We had no food, no lights, no heat during the winter. Man, talk about it, bruh. Talk about it. See, they don't want to talk about this shit. You understand? They don't want to talk about the truth. They would rather point the finger. See, we've always been the scapegoat for these racist people. We've always been the scapegoat. Everything that happens in the country, they look at us. They look straight to us. What about Chicago? What about black on black crime? Meanwhile, you got school-to-the-school shooter. You got the Chomo community that's running rampant. I'm talking about every day, new Chomos. In the police, go look it up, bruh. The police station full of Chomos. The teachers full of Chomos. Go on any platform where they're catching predators. They had to make a fucking show for y'all, for the racists. They had to make a show called To Catch a Predator. You would normally see maybe one black guy on there. You would see maybe one. Come on. I need one of y'all racists. Just tell the truth. Just be honest. You would see probably one black dude on there, right? Just one. But you would see immigrants and you see white dudes. Let's just be real, man. Let's just be real. Everybody got a cop to the destruction that goes on in their community. But the thing is, why is it when Timothy McVeigh bombs a daycare like a fucking degenerate, why is it that has nothing to do with the rest of the white community, but when a black man on a train kills a Ukrainian woman, it's a black problem? Why is that? Fujitsu said, I don't think I ever seen a black dude, honestly. I'm white, by the way. Ruger P said, do you have a job? No, I have a business, Ruger. Do you have a job? See, I have a business to where I can sit out here whenever the fuck I feel like it and make my content. You dig? Yeah, I mean, you know, we gotta be honest, y'all. It's a lot of propaganda going on, and something wants us. I believe it may be a outside force. I think it may be another country trying to get us to go to war with each other. A part of me doesn't buy this whole Ukrainian shit. A part of me doesn't buy this stabbing on the train. See, the thing is, right, it looks kind of staged. The way Trump is talking is just real weird, bro. He's talking about this incident is motivating him to stop crime. How the fuck are you gonna stop each and every piece of crime? Where was Trump when the school shooter happened, when they killed American babies? Where was Trump at? Does anybody know? C-Mac, what it do, homie? Coffin Crook said, how do you want white people to change? I don't have a problem with white people. I have a problem with racists. You understand that? Paul Rodriguez said the National Guard. Okay, let's use that logic for a minute. So you mean the National Guard is gonna be with everybody at every time of the day and monitor everybody? That means you. That means, see, the thing with the train stabbing, she was caught by surprise. Nobody on that train knew what that man was going to do. It's not like he was with a gang. It's not like he was acting erratically. It's not like he had signs that he was about to commit a crime. So how would the National Guard would have stopped that? How would a National Guard stop that? Philip Iverson said, "You're wasting your time trying to compromise with people that doesn't have a conscience. These people don't have the cognitive ability to decipher the truth. So debating them is futile." No, I'm not debating anybody. I'm not wasting my time. I'm just having a conversation. See, what y'all need to understand is, right, when y'all come over here, a lot of this is just me getting stuff off my chest. I don't even like talking on social media like that because I got to type and comment back to people. It just takes too long. I like to get my point across, so I like to come on here and just vent, get it out my system. You dig? Okay, Pro Rodriguez says FBI and ICE plus the National Guard. So what you're saying is, and what Trump is saying is, he's gonna make America free of people who do crime. Nobody has still yet to answer, why didn't Trump get mad when the American babies were killed? Nobody has yet to answer that. Iran Ellis said he never should have been let out. Do y'all understand? And this is just a headline that I saw. I don't know how true it is. But they said that the mother spoke out. The dude's mother who killed that girl spoke out and said that he has schizophrenia. Now, I want to tell you something. I got a homeboy. And this is a real deal, real life situation. I'm going to tell you his name too. It's a dude named Muslim. That's his name. His name is Muslim Brunson. Go look it up. Now, I want to tell y'all something. Listen, just give me a sec, because I'm going to tell you about mental illness. Muslim Brunson, a good friend of mine. He used to live where I live. If you met Muslim Brunson, listen real close, y'all. Dark-skinned, heavy-set brother. But if you meet this man, if you would have met him, the kindest, warm-heartedest, dude was like super duper warm-hearted, soft-spoken dude. Didn't bother a fucking, he wouldn't hurt a fly. I've known him for years and years and years. He disappeared some years ago. I was scrolling on Twitter and I saw Muslim Brunson. He was up in New York. He had sliced a girl's throat. A random woman. He sliced her throat with a bottle. Go look it up. His name is Muslim Brunson. Sliced her throat with a bottle. This is called schizophrenia. There were no manifestos. There was no internet history of chatting with white supremacists. There was no writing on the murder weapon. That's mental illness. Not what these other motherfuckers doing that y'all give passes to. Y'all give passes to these mass shooters. Yeah. He murdered that. He didn't. No. The girl didn't die. Thank goodness. The lady didn't die. It was a Caucasian lady. She didn't pass. She's still living. But the point is, y'all give a pass to people who clearly plan the shit out. People who clearly have hate in their heart. People who clearly are clicked in with white supremacist gangs and online forums that spew white supremacist ideology. That's not mental illness. No, they do get a pass. JW40, they do get a pass. Every time. No. See, y'all not gonna do that over here. Y'all not gonna do that over here. They get a pass every time. Last week, I posted about the school shooter. All the racist white people came on my post and said, it's first thing they said, mental illness, period. This week, I'm gonna tell y'all different. This week, no talks of mental illness. They're mad, they're angry, they want justice, they want to fight. This is, I wish I could share a screenshot of the post that I'm saying. They're radicalized now. No talks of mental illness, even though the guy on the train with the Ukrainian woman, he has a track record of schizophrenia. The school shooter does not have a track record of schizophrenia. You dig? Michael said animals kill children. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. The world ain't what they said it is as kids. It says, as a schizophrenic, you don't understand the illness. You need to look to, I don't know, and intrusive thoughts. This is what leads to many mental ill people to do these. Okay, but did you hear what I said, bro? Now, yes, I'm not schizophrenic. I did go to college. Okay, psychology was one of my favorite classes, favorite things to study. I'm familiar with the DSM criteria. You understand? So what you're saying is you're trying to discredit what I just said to say I don't know, I don't understand the illness. I don't need to understand the illness. What I'm saying to you is the guy Muslim Brunson, he spontaneously decided to slice that woman's throat. Spontaneous. No premeditation. You understand? These other school shooters and mass shooters, they plan this shit out for months, years. And they go under the radar. And they're under law enforcement's radar. And law enforcement does nothing about it. You dig? Coffin said, do you have any religious beliefs? Yes, I believe in the Most High. I definitely don't believe in your God. You dig? I definitely don't believe in your God. No, it's all bad. No. It's all bad. I totally agree. It's all bad. Let me tell you something. I don't want to see anybody get hurt or killed. Okay? I do not like violence. You understand? I have hurt people. And I've hurt people really bad. And when I think about it, I cringe. And I never want to do that again. I never want to go back to that place. So I don't want nobody to get it fucked up. I do not condone violence. I think all of this shit is bad. And it's unfortunate that I got to sit here and I have to break this shit down because there's a double standard. You understand? It's a fucking double standard. And when I point out the double standard, y'all get mad at me. That's crazy. That's crazy as shit. You know, if you want to make a racist mad, just point out the hypocrisy. Point out racism. Racists hate when you point out racism because they want that shit to be covert. They don't want nobody to know. They want everybody to play along and play stupid. Coffin Crook said, how did I put myself against others? Listen, everything I'm saying to y'all today is just common sense. It's common decency, okay? Anybody that's disagreeing with what I'm saying, I'm looking at them crazy. What the fuck are you disagreeing about? These nuts said he was still sitting there waiting on bro. You could tell soon as she sat, he pulled out the knife. JW said everybody's racist. Gladiator Blood said, where do you live that there's so many races? I live in Mountain, Maryland. And let me tell you, where I stay at is mostly white. But listen, I don't deal with a lot of racism up front when I go out of the house, because there's a criteria to this shit, right? Normally, when a black man is by himself and it's not a lot of us, there won't be any racism practice like that. Normally, the dominant society is okay with one or two peppered in. You know, oh, that's Bob over there. He's one of the good ones. That's the type shit. So it's not a really a big issue because it's just not a lot of us out here. You dig? But a lot of this that I'm talking about is what's going on social media. Okay, this is what I'm explaining to y'all. Melanie said, "You sure that anyone is actually thinking about you?" Yeah. Melanie, you must be late to the party. I just had a conversation or a back and forth online with a girl that I know, a white girl that I know. And we cool. We got a relationship. I know her man and shit. But she said black people are attacking white people. Apparently, white people are under attack. I've never seen this. I didn't know nothing about this. Okay. Ja 808 said, dude was mentally ill and the system failed, allowing him to be unmedicated and unsupervised. Let me tell you this, man. I'm going to go back to my friend Muslim Brunson. Muslim Brunson was in and out of jail. Listen, why is Donald Trump so mad at this monster? Why isn't he? This is what I'm saying to y'all. This is why I'm here today. Because it's a monster problem. AKA black man problem. That was a dog whistle. Donald Trump put out a dog whistle. I'm trying to figure out why there's a monster problem and not a mental illness problem. See, Donald Trump put out the message and then everybody, all of his supporters follow suit. Now they're mad. They're mad and they want to get rid of the monster. But I'm lost. I'm trying to figure out why isn't this about mental illness? Gladiator Blood said, my racism is worse than yours, my dude. Oh, don't be a victim, Gladiator Blood. Don't be such a victim. Ruger P said, I think she has every right to feel like that because when a white person kill a black, we call it racism. Well, no, typically, see, the shit y'all say is so ridiculous, dog. Like, it's so ridiculous. Well, typically, when we call out racism, take George Zimmerman, for instance. He's a white Latino. Okay, we can play with the Latino thing all day, but he's a white man. He probably has Caucasian on his paperwork. No problem. George Zimmerman followed a 17-year-old home that was minding his fucking business. On his way home in a neighborhood he lived in. George Zimmerman didn't even live in that neighborhood. The police told George Zimmerman, stop, do not approach that boy. George Zimmerman grabbed his gun and approached him anyway. George Zimmerman approached that man, ended up getting his ass whooped, and then killed a 17-year-old. And the dominant society said that George Zimmerman was innocent. That's called racism. Okay? That's what that's called. You understand? Yeah, it is white. Gladiator Blood said that's not white. Yeah, it is. A lot of Mexicans identify as Caucasian. They'll put it on their paperwork as Caucasian. Do y'all know even there are Somalians that call themselves Caucasians? I'm talking about Somalians darker than me that identify as Caucasian. Do y'all know that? Come on, man. Like, who am I talking to, man? I thought we were up to speed in this chat. Yeah, come on, man. And they'll call you all kind of niggas and they'll do all kind of shit. You know what I mean? Nostalgia, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you brought that up. Nostalgia said they started a GoFundMe for the black dude who killed that white Ukrainian immigrant. Nostalgia, I want to tell you something right now. If you fell for that right there, if you think black people did that, then you have drank the Kool-Aid. You understand? No black people co-sign what that man did in that train. We don't co-sign that shit. We're not like the racist community where Shiloh calls a 5-year-old baby a nigger and gets $700,000. That's not how we get down. That's not how we get down. You dig? Yeah. Listen, anybody that fell for that wanted to fall for that. Anybody that believes that wants to believe, more than likely, it is the same people pushing this propaganda that made that GoFundMe. Somebody wants a race war out here. If you don't see that, then you're not paying attention. Do you understand? Muhammad said Somalis are not Caucasian. Don't tell me, tell them. They're the ones that identify, some of them, a lot of them identify as Caucasian. They'll put it on their paperwork. Do you understand? Yeah, I mean, so I need everybody to pay attention, bro. Listen, I'm just here to point the shit out. You dig? I saw that there was a GoFundMe. None of us would ever donate to that. None of us would even that was some broke motherfucker that wanted to get some money. But more than likely, okay, because back when Carmelo Anthony had his incident, his self-defense incident, there was a GoFundMe. The racist community has been mad about GoFundMe ever since then. So they've been trying to do little dumb shit to try to make it seem like we support racism or we support violence. No, we don't. We don't have a track record of that. You dig? Nick said we just need segregation. Well, we're pretty much already segregated. You dig? We're pretty much already segregated. Where do you live at, Nick? Where do you stay? And I'm glad Nick's here because he gets to tell us the real. He gets to tell us how he really feels. He's in Gary, Indiana. See, I like Nick because he tells the truth. He's telling us that he doesn't want to be around any niggers. Now listen, listen, Nick, you know they got the all-white community. They got a couple of them sprouting up. Why don't you just apply, bro, and go stay out there? Linda said, good morning. How are you doing? You are telling the truth from New York. Have a good day. Blessings. Thank you, Linda. Y'all subscribe to the channel. We tell the truth over here all the time. Like the page, man. Like the somebody, y'all like the video for me if you don't mind. Nick said, I'm a Jew, bro. They won't let me in. Do y'all see the fucking clusterfuck of racism? Dude said we need segregation. My head hurts now, dog. Hold up. Nick said that we need segregation. Okay? Then I said, go live in the white town that they building. He said, they won't let me in. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Linda, shout out to you. Ja 808 said, what other topics you talk about? Well, we talk about a variety of topics over here. I try not to go too hard on the racism and politics, but we do talk about politics. We talk about racism. We talk about hip hop. We talk about all the entertainment stuff. We just talked about Young Thug yesterday and Adam 22 and all that bullshit. But yeah, so we talk about a variety of things. But it is literally, look, this shit is all over the place. Daniel Penny kills. See, people act like they care about mental illness, right? Oh, mental illness, oh my goodness, we gotta get these people help. But when Daniel Penny killed Jordan Neely, who was mentally ill, they clapped when he was set free. When did it become legal to kill somebody because they're having a mental illness episode? When did that happen? So now a mentally ill person actually kills somebody. Now they're not even talking about mental illness. They just talking about black people are monsters. Do y'all understand how deranged racism is? Racism is a very insidious disease. It is an insidious disease and it makes no sense. And the people that protect racism, they don't make any fucking sense. You dig? Coffin Crook said, bro is stuck on stupid. And this is the type of shit that they say. They're not intelligent. They just say, bro is stuck on stupid. What are you talking about? Melanie said, my nephew is very mentally ill. Can't be on his own home. Has to be in a center. All kinds of meds. Coffin Crook said, bro is racist himself and can't figure it out. Man, provide some backup. You got to back that shit up, bro. Tell me something I said that was racist. Dante, what it do, homie? My day's been all right, man. I went to the gym. I went down to the local cafe, had me a breakfast. Now I'm sitting here with my protein shake, chopping it up with y'all. Yeah, he even met Trump. Muhammad Abraham said not only did he meet Trump, Daniel Penny was escorted and paraded around a football game, and he was deemed an American hero. Nobody had backlash for that. Nostalgia said, one was making threats on the train, the other just straight up. Now, okay. Nostalgia, let me ask you a question. Stay with me. I need you to answer these questions. Nostalgia, tell me what law where you can kill somebody for making threats on the train while having a mental illness episode. Tell me the law where it's okay to kill somebody. Coffin Crook said, let's talk about my religion question. You said what? I said, I don't believe in your God. That's one thing for sure. I believe in the Most High. The Most High, okay? Nostalgia said, I don't believe the man meant to kill him. Nostalgia, but he's a trained Marine. What was he, a Marine? How are you trained and accidentally kill somebody? That boy knew he could get a free kill. That boy's adrenaline was pumping so much, he said, I'm gonna take this nigga out. He's going to die today. You dig? Coffin Crook said, I mean, you don't know my beliefs. What do you believe, bro? What do you believe? DJ Juice said, keep the strong weak, turn the strong against each other, and control the world. I just told y'all, I believe in the Most High. Nostalgia said, I don't believe that. You don't believe what? You don't believe that he was a trained military? This is a fact. You don't have to fucking believe it. It's a goddamn fact. He was a trained military personnel. Coffin Crook said, nah, man, what do you think I believe? You're so certain it's not the same. Why? You believe in Christianity, right or wrong? Eddie Hanna said, the Most High, Snoop, that was a good one. That's a good one. These Nuts said, what's the Most High's name? I don't know. And neither do you. Okay? Y'all like to pretend y'all know who the Most High is. And I'm not trying to be rude to any of my religious people, but I don't pretend like I know who the Most High is. The Most High is too big and too awesome for me to know. He can't fit in a book. No man can tell me who the Most High is. Coffin Crook said, I do, but it's not the point. I have not always. It's a generalization. Yeah, you're a Christian. I mean, just say that, bro. You wasting time. Everything Hoop said, so what do you believe? The entity, PDF file, Muhammad said? No, I just told you. How many times I gotta tell you? I believe in the Most High. I believe in a divine essence, okay? A divine essence. I don't know. I can't explain. I don't know. Okay, Coffin Crook said, do you not understand what I'm saying? You assume I'm Christian. Why? Bro, because, I mean, more than likely, if you're a white American, you're Christian. Are you a Muslim motherfucker? Like, what are you? I mean, shit. Yeah, nostalgia. Yeah, have a good day too, bro. But, I mean, let's not play stupid here. If there's a military personnel that's trained in combat, you mean to tell me he couldn't stop himself from killing That young boy. What's racist? Coffin Crook said. So I assume that you being a white man in America that you're Christian. That's racist. How is that racist? Ralph Foster said yes, he was. That's crazy racist, like saying the shooter was black. No, 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 no. It's not racist, bro. See, you're reaching. You're reaching, bro. You're reaching. Dinah said gaslighting. Yeah, I don't understand why he's gaslighting, saying that I said something racist. Like, come on, man. Okay, what? Okay, what are the majority? Okay, let's do it like this. What are the majority of white men in America? What is their religion? It doesn't matter. We can move on from that shit because I don't know why you even doing that. Antoine Johnson said, "How do the oppressor know what's racist?" Shit. Answer my question, then, Coffin Crook. What is the majority? Okay, white men. What is their religion in America? Coffin Crook said, "Who's the majority or of violent crime in the U.S.?" I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. Let me guess. Let me guess. Yeah, Christian, right? Tyrone K. Johnson said whites. JW said your people. Listen, man. Listen. I don't know the exact statistics. Let me tell y'all something. I don't know the exact statistics, and I'm not sitting here fit to argue with y'all about it. But it's a couple things that I do know. And one thing I know is the brothers in Chicago, they have never slaughtered a whole race of people. They have never enslaved a whole race of people. They've never dropped bombs on a whole race of people, women and kids. That's one thing I do know. You dig? You talk about violence. You talk about violence. Everybody that's out there committing violence, they got that way somehow. And since black people are so violent, so you say, you gotta ask, at what point will you stop and ask yourself, why is it like this? How did it get like this? Why did it get like this? Why are young black men killing each other? Have y'all ever asked yourself that? Dinah said, Caucasian tribe always been savage. Chantrell Brooks said, I don't. Chantrell Brooks from Jacksonville, Florida. Shout out to Jacksonville. JW said, I agree with you on this one. No one is more violent than our military. Like, come on, man. Let's be serious, dog. Listen, nobody on the face of the earth has more of a track record of being violent than the dominant society. Let's just be real, man. Crook said, y'all got tricked into by evil people, I believe. No, we didn't get tricked. We got forced. We were forced into a way of life, and we were forced into certain conditions. And I find it real funny when you see a lot of the conditions today, and you act like you don't know how it happened or why it's happening. Incognito, shout out to you, homie, says, who was the ones putting abortion clinics in black neighborhoods? Andy S. said, we learned from the best. And indeed we did, bro. Like, let me tell you, man, I live out here in Mountain, Maryland, right? I go to these neighborhoods. Let me tell y'all something. I want to tell y'all some real shit, man. I go to these small towns, to bigger cities like Baltimore and D.C. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of these guns come from rural America, okay? A lot of the guns, I'm talking about beautiful, beautiful guns. Because I see them in the music video. They got them in the music video and shit. A lot of these guns are coming from rural America. You dig? These young boys aren't producing AR-15s, okay? They're not producing AR-15s. Incognito said, who's the one doing testing on blacks? Incognito said, who drops bombs everywhere? Yeah, Coffin. We going to absolutely dissect every opinion. Yeah, MKU said DC must come from Virginia. Yeah, you bet your ass. West Virginia. Dana said West Virginia is one. Yep, bet your ass. Yep, y'all. Yeah, I got some smart people in the chat. Antoine Johnson said the same way we didn't bring crack into the black neighborhood. Yeah, I just talked about that. See, these people act like a lot of the savages and demons, and I'm saying this is what they call themselves. A lot of the savages and demons are products of crack babies, okay? They act like they don't know how that shit happened. They act like they don't understand how all these black folks were pushed into these neighborhoods, right? And subjected to poverty. They act like they just don't know. Why is it like this? They like, why they keep acting crazy? Like, it's a mental game they play with themselves, man. Shout out to Memphis, Jaffe Joe. Jaffe Joe said I was born in the 202. Shout out to DC, man. These nuts said we didn't bring it in, but we spread it. No, y'all fucking brought it in, dog. Listen, the cartel, man. The cartel and the American government, they got a working relationship. They had a working relationship for years. You dig? Not us. We didn't really have it. See, if you catch a nigga with a cartel plug, that's like an anomaly. That's like a 1 in a million type of thing. You could probably name 10 guys in the history of the USA that had a cartel plug. 10 black guys. Ralph Foster said, don't know black owns gun stores. No, not really. There's not a lot of black gun stores out here. Eddie Hanna said, we doing some deep work out here. Let me put on my glasses. Yeah. Yeah. You know, we put in that work over here, man. Andy S said, ain't no poppy seeds in Harlem. Nope. Not at all. JT said, does the black community want any changes in their neighborhoods? If so, what's stopping y'all? That's a great question. And let me answer that. See, the problem is when people like you speak, you act as if everybody in the black community wants crime, condones crime, are criminals. You're not understanding that there are criminals in every culture. You understand? So to say, does the black community want any changes in their neighborhood? Of course they do. But most black folks know that nobody gives a fuck about the ghetto or the hood. You dig? What changes is y'all gonna make? Y'all could have made changes. The US government could have made changes a long time ago. But the reality is, this is just the truth. These places were designed to do exactly what they're doing. They're designed to do exactly what they're doing. Amnia said, I feel like most people don't condone crime. They're just doing what they have to do. Yeah, well, the thing is, you got working people out here. In the black community, you got the most religious people. You understand? I'm talking about these most of these households got a big mama in there, a grandma, a my mom in there. That's all about the Lord. Somehow she's a fucking criminal. Somehow she doesn't want a change in her home, in her community. Like, come on, man. Like, really? Coffee Crook said, you seem smarter than this. You must struggle to hang on to this trauma past. No, listen. It is what it is, all right? To go through what we've been through as foundational black Americans, okay, you wouldn't understand it. So I understand why you don't understand, okay? You don't get it. You don't understand the race. Fuck 400 years ago. I'm 44 years old. The racism that I've experienced in my 44 years has traumatized me. You understand? So don't tell me that I wasn't here or I didn't experience. Motherfucker, I was here. Come on, man. Come on. Amnia said it will be such a disservice to forget the trauma. Yeah, we'll never forget the trauma at all. And that's the problem. People want us to forget. The problem is it was never made right. We were never made whole. You dig? Us as a people, we were never made whole. We've always been, they wanted to be the dirty little secret. Shh, stop talking about it. Stop talking about the past, y'all. No, 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 no. Maybe one day when the American government can make it right, and yeah, I'm talking about that R word. Yeah, we need those reparations, goddammit. We need those reparations, okay? America owes a debt to foundational black Americans. You understand? Coffin said not to forget, but heal and move on. No, nobody. No, no. See, y'all see that shit? He told us to heal and move on. He said heal and move on. No, 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 no. We need to get those reparation checks popping immediately. Yeah. No, 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 no. Listen. Reparations is not a handout, okay? Reparations is a debt that's owed. See, while you guys laugh at it and you get mad at what I'm saying, the secret ingredient, and it's not even a secret, the reason why America is great and has always been great is because of us. Without my ancestors' labor, without my ancestors being on Wall Street as the first commodity and building up the economy of America, America wouldn't be jack shit. We are the foundation of this country. That's why I'm not African. I'm a foundational black American. You dig? And that's really gonna piss some people off. You dig? Yeah. Yeah. Guy Fox said, get over it. James West said, our ancestors were broke and fled to America, Guy Fox. Oh, your ancestors were broke and fled to America. Yeah, a lot of the guys in the comments, they only had the space to even talk about us because we were here before most of them. A lot of their family came through Ellis Island. A lot of them are immigrants to America. Let's be real. Crook, where's your family from, homie? I love getting to this shit right here. Crook, where's your family from? When did they come to America? When did they immigrate to America? Yeah, I love this shit, man. Guy Fox said, my family came as a white slave from Ireland. Yeah, we not even gonna touch that because we know the bullshit. We know that's bullshit. Sure, your family came from England. Sure they did. Tell the truth, Crook. Tell the truth. Omnia said the Irish built this country. No, they didn't. They may have helped later on, okay? But this is the thing, the Irish came to a country. Foundational black Americans, some of us were already here on this land. We were aboriginal to this land. 3% of the slave that came from the slave trade from Africa came over here. Do y'all understand that? Do y'all know that? I'm gonna say that again. A lot of black people were already here, aboriginals. Me personally, my family, on my father's side, Blackfoot Indian. On my mother's side, Nanny Coat Indian. Okay, so we were here way before the Irish got here. It wasn't even called America. We built the shit into America. You dig? These nuts said the Irish was treated like blacks. I kick it with them though. They came later. They were kind of treated like blacks, but the thing is, when they were let free after what 7 years, I think it wasn't even that long. They were given freedom dues. They were given land and guns and all kind of nice treats and shit. Then they were given the ability to oppress black people. So they don't get no type of credit, dog. Not to be disrespectful to the Irish, but I'm just saying the ones that back then, they got reparations. The Irish got reparations. My man John Applegate said I'm half white, I'm half black, and people still call me the N-word. I'm sorry to hear that, brother. Coffin said, how can we build anything if dismissed other people's communications with you? What did I dismiss, homie? What did I dismiss? I forgot what I dismissed. James West said, the Jews are doing it right now. See, here we go with blaming the Jews. Y'all always blaming the Jews. Don't be a victim, bro. I'm going to tell y'all what y'all tell us. Stop being a victim. Crook said, bro, all you got to do is stop binding yourself. It's a mindset. I don't understand. What am I binding myself to? I'm a homeowner. I got a couple cars. I do what I want to do. I don't sit around waiting on reparations. But reparations is old. You dig? Big Jonte said, Dr. Umar the Great. Donations. Crook said, your mind is enslaved. How is my mind enslaved, bro? Enslaved minds would never talk about reparations. Enslaved minds would never talk the way I talk. You don't even make sense, bro. Eddie Hanna said, what do you think is going to happen if you actually do get those checks? I'm not sure that will solve your problems. Let me tell you what will happen when we get those checks. When. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. When foundational black Americans get reparations checks, there's going to be a large population of black people that are going to go to the mall, go cop the latest Jordans. They're going to go buy some jewelry, okay? But there's going to be a large percentage of people, of us, that are going to start businesses, buy homes, okay, and take care of business. The thing is, it doesn't matter what anybody does with their check. If you go to, let me ask you this, if you go to work and the boss has your check and he says to you, hey, what are you going to do when I give you this check? It doesn't fucking matter. Just give me my damn check, dog. You owe it to me. You dig? Yeah. Memphis Rex says, why not start a business now? I have a business now, sir. I'm already a business owner. That's why I can sit here at 11:42 on a Wednesday afternoon and talk to y'all. You dig? Guy Fox says, ain't no one ever gonna give you free money, brother. Keep dreaming. The money's not free. Our ancestors built the country. They already worked for it. Blood, sweat, and tears. You dig? Baby girl said, when we get those checks, I'm going out of this country, better believe it. Nah, baby girl. We don't flee, baby. We don't flee. This is our land. We're going to stay right here. We're going to make it great. We're going to make rare, listen, let me tell y'all, let me give y'all a little secret. Foundational black Americans are the only group that can make America great again. It cannot be great again without us. Do y'all understand this? I want all my black folks in here to understand. Until they include us in this American dream, until they make us a priority, right? Until they make us a priority. That's why we had to get the Democrats out of here, because they was trying to make the immigrants a priority. But until the Republicans and the Democrats make black people a priority, and when I say black people, I mean foundational black Americans, not immigrants. Nobody that immigrated here. Shout out to my immigrants, but I'm talking about the ones whose ancestors built the country. Until they make us a priority, and stop playing games with us, America will never be great. Sorry to tell you. Andy S said we need to buy land. Yeah, sure, people are gonna buy land. Like, why is it that the world thinks that black people are fucking stupid? Like, I don't understand this. I don't get this. Maybe people are online too much. A lot of y'all watch the internet too much and you see too much ratchet shit on the internet, and now you have a skewed perception of what black people are. Maybe y'all need to go out to your community. I'm giving out homework today. I'm giving out homework today. This is y'all assignment for the day. Everybody, when y'all get off this internet, I want y'all to go out to the mall or go out in public. And I want you to look at black folks. And I want you to look at how they act. And I want you to look at what you see. Okay? And then base your decision off of that. Get off the fucking internet watching fight videos, watching drill videos, watching rap videos, because your perception of who we are is just messed up. I just want to watch stuff says it's already is great. Sucks your victimhood won't let you see that. Sir, if it's great, then why is the campaign Make America Great Again? See, Donald Trump and the rest of the Trumpians don't believe you. You're a minority in your thinking. You dig? No, I say go to the mall so you can see a multifaceted of people. So you can go see a vast variety of people, okay? If America was already great, why is the most popularist hat, the most popular logo, Make America Great Again? User deleted said, never has been great, and at this rate never will be. Hey, yeah, hey man, it's definitely on a decline. And you know what? I want to be real with y'all. And this is to my racist guys too, the racists in the chat. I need to be real with y'all. Do y'all not see that America is going downhill because of the greed and the racism? The disease of racism is making America crumble from within. If it's not the Democrats practicing racism, bringing immigrants over here, neglecting foundational black Americans, it's the Republicans acting like foundational black Americans are monsters, not including them in the benefits, not giving them reparations. Do y'all see that America is a fucking joke at this point? And I love America. I love my country, okay? But we gotta be honest here. It looks like they teaming up, they about to take shit over. We're not that superpower that we once were. We look crazy out here. And the reason why we look crazy out here is because of the disease of racism. Until y'all make it right with foundational black Americans, this shit ain't going nowhere, dog. Sorry to tell you. I'm sorry to tell you. You can fight with me. You can call me names. But I want you to think about, at least think about what I just said. Don Flint said, correct. Everyone gotta be one. Yeah, see, the problem is, America wants to keep foundational black people as second-class citizens. And the greed and the hatred and the bigotry and the white supremacy is making this place implode. You cannot, it just cannot exist until justice and liberty is for all. Do you understand? We've always been the secret sauce, as my man Tariq say. We've always been the secret sauce. We had to get out here and fight. Our ancestors had to fight for people to be civilized, for Americans to be civilized. We've always been the moral conscience, the moral currency of America. Always. Who else has? We didn't put up signs that said blacks only. Random pipe layer, tell me when I'm lying. Tell me when I'm lying. I know this is very awesome information you're getting right now, but it's gonna blow your mind because it's the fucking truth. We didn't do degenerate shit, dog. We fought for equality so everybody can live harmonious. We're harmonious people. Not the fucking thugs and demons that you talk about and love to see. I'm talking about black people. Foundational black Americans are harmonious people. We just want to live. We don't have hatred in our blood. We're not haters. We're just some slick, cool motherfuckers. That's all. You dig? Eddie Hanna said, see, what you're truly after is recognition. No, fuck recognition, because guess what, Eddie? The whole world already knows. You think China doesn't know? You think Russia doesn't know who foundational black Americans are? You think the world doesn't know who Martin Luther King is? That's why when you go around the country, when you go around the world, you'll see murals of Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. Tell me a mural, tell me which American, Caucasian, forefather, if you will, where are there murals of them? Where are there murals of them outside of the U.S.? They were sex traffickers, human traffickers. The forefathers that y'all love to honor, the Confederates and all these people, they were human traffickers. We're respected all over the world, whether you like it or not. They know, okay, who made America great. They know who made America decent and civilized because they saw our fight. They saw us fighting for these things. You dig? Come on, man. We gonna get deep. We deep today, man. We deep today, man. I don't need to go to China. I don't need to go to China. See, I got them triggered. I got them mad up in here. Yes, indeed. Eddie Hanna said, I don't honor shit. Well, if it don't apply, let it fly, Eddie. Baby girl said, we taught you all how to come out of the dark ages throwing piss out your windows. And that is a fact. Respectfully, that's a fact. The Moors. Ronnie said, I'm laughing at you. Well, laugh away, sir. Laugh away. It doesn't change. No matter how much you laugh, it doesn't change the facts. You dig? You can laugh all you want. I'm laughing too, because the shit is funny, man. But if I was you, man, I wouldn't laugh. I would just change my ways, man. Don't come in my chat with the racist foolishness, KG Dolo said, facts are the facts. Absolutely, man. And that's what we do over here. We present facts. Let me tell you something. I hold my people accountable. I don't have a problem with Trump being in D.C. with the National Guard. I don't have a problem with it because I understand what's going on in these cities. And in order for change to be made, it's going to have to be some uncomfortability. Do I believe that the National Guard is going to bring all this change and shit? I don't know. But at least for a couple weeks, for a month or so, the little babies in the hood, they not going to hear gunshots. You understand? I'm not 100% mad at what he's doing. I don't like the propaganda that he's talking about now. I don't like the fact he's talking about these monsters and he's going to go here, there, and clean up crime. And who are you targeting? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, let me tell you, man. Chicago, they need to send their ass out Chicago, too. Let me tell y'all, man. Tupac had a song called Dear Mr. President, tell me what to do. These niggas acting up in the hood. Send more troops. Y'all ever heard that song? Pac said it a long time ago. I never understood that song. But now I understand. If y'all say y'all care, right? If y'all say that y'all are tired of the violence, then do something about it. You dig? The Democrats didn't do jack shit. The Democrats let young boys kill themselves. They let them kill themselves out there. You understand? Young Fighter, what's up, man? He said, I wasn't even born when Pac died. Shout out to you, man. Yeah, Tupac had a song called Dear Mr. President. You dig? The Democrats sat around and let these cities be war zones. I'm not co-signing Donald Trump, but at least he's doing something. At least he's getting busy. The Democrats sat around and had a weird agenda. They just wanted to do weird shit. You dig? And what did they get done in them 4 years? What did they do in them 4 years? Trump got straight to work, man. I'm not co-signing that man. I'm giving credit where it's due. He got a lot of them illegals up out of here. He done built prisons and you dig? Open eyes. Shout out to you, man. Y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you like the content. Yeah, man, but you know, RIP to that Ukrainian girl. RIP to Jordan Neely. We don't forget, man. I don't forget shit. I don't forget shit. I wish everybody was as mad about Jordan Neely as they were about this Ukrainian, because that's why this shit, yeah, I feel for the girl and her family, but this didn't affect me. Why? Because Jordan Neely affected me. When I saw Daniel Penny strangle that man to death, that affected me because he went home. Not only did he go home, he was hailed a hero by Donald Trump and other people in the dominant society. Yeah, C-Mac said they played that Pac song in the movie Training Day. Yeah, they sure did. They sure did. Yep. From Dan V said, much love and respect to you from the Philippines. Shout out to the Philippines, man. Slammy Dog said, you see that Rajah Jackson still hasn't been arrested? Racism still a problem. What? What the fuck? Hey, I don't care about that Rajah situation. Let me tell you something. Let me touch on the Rajah shit real quick. And I really don't care about it, but just for conversation's sake. Now, Rajah, let me say this to you, man. What I saw the big wrestler dude go upside Rajah's head. What, did he crush a beer can on his head? Anything after that, who cares? Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Come on, man. Come on, man. Open Eyes said, I feel bad for Rajah. His dad promotes violence. Well, yeah, listen, who watches the UFC the most? Who runs around with UFC gear on? So, Rajah's dad promotes violence. But who watches the shit? Who loves UFC? Come on, man. See, I told y'all, racism is a very insidious disease. It makes no sense, and the racist people make no sense at all. I don't care, man. Listen, it don't matter if it has rules or not. The point is, dude said Rajah's dad promotes violence. The UFC promotes violence. I'm sure everybody in this chat knows somebody who claims they're a UFC fighter or an MMA fighter. Have y'all ever met one of these MMA fighters on the street? Or somebody who practices MMA? These are the most violent motherfuckers. These are the most egotistical, ready to fight motherfuckers that you ever want to meet. Man, he shouldn't have went upside. He shouldn't have went upside Rajah's head, man. And we wouldn't even be having this conversation, right? See, the problem is people always want to get mad and talk about people's reactions, but they never ever want to talk about what caused that reaction. If you leave people alone, people won't mess with you. There's an old foundational American proverb, and it's don't start no shit, won't be no shit. Okay? Young Fighter said, John Jones. Oh, Young Fighter, are you an MMA fighter? John Jones is paid money to beat people. You understand? He's paid money to beat people. Black folks aren't facilitating. Listen, black folks are not facilitating UFC fights. We don't run that shit. James West said, yeah, at a staged event. Listen, the whole shit was probably staged. Hence, that's why there's no charges filed. That's why helicopters weren't deployed, Wayne. Okay. You dig? The whole shit was probably staged, dog. Yeah, you can't just go upside somebody's head and think it's gonna be no repercussions. Oh, proportional responses. Cyrus Stark says, bruh, do you not understand proportional responses? When did that become a thing? When did proportional responses come a thing? Where have I been at, dog? I've been out the loop. So what you're telling me is Raja was supposed to crush a beer can on dude's head as a proportional response? Come on. Y'all make shit up as the day goes on. Jimmy said, keep talking about the illusion we live in. Yeah, a lot of the shit you see is bullshit. I'm talking about from the celebrity relationships, from the music, the artists who are so big and rich and selling so many records. I mean, the football, the basketball, a lot of this shit is an illusion, bro. A lot of this shit ain't real, man. Cyrus says, used to talk about how people were okay squaring off with their fists. Now you justifying acting a fool. So you mean to tell me smashing a beer can over somebody's head is not acting a fool? Come on. Hey, I can't do this shit, dog. I just want to watch says, you can't justify violence of that level when there was 45 minutes in between the can smash and the attack. Bruh, why can't I? Some people, it's like, oh, word, okay, I'm going to get your ass. Don't. You better sleep with one eye open. Some people, I mean, what? All is fair in love and war, man. You dig? So you mean to tell me if something happens over here in America, they go strike the same day? When 9/11 happened over here, did America go strike the same day? Or did they go get their composure and formulate a plan? Baby girl said they really think they are not some of the most violent people here. Sick, hangings, cutting off body parts, making shoes out of black skin for leather. I'm glad I know my history. Yeah, don't forget using black babies for alligator bait. We can never forget that. They used to use black babies for alligator bait. I'm not a blood or crip, man. I'm a dad and a business owner. Okay? Not a fucking blood or crip. That shit is played out, homie. Yeah, R.I.P. to the 9/11 victims. Absolutely. I'm not making light of 9/11. I'm just making an analogy. You dig? Yeah, I guess I'm a joke, bro. I guess I'm a joke. Because, like I said, I don't care about the situation. All I know in my world is if somebody put their hands on you, there is no proportional. If somebody smacks me, I can stomp their head in. Okay, that's just how it goes. Because you want to neutralize the threat, right? Because you see they're violent. They already put their hands on you once. So you have to neutralize. What are you supposed to get up and wait for them to hit you again? No. Look, we know in UFC and MMA, once your opponent is down, you rock their ass until they tap out. Am I right or wrong? Now we changing the rules. Now the rules are changing. Are you serious? Now the rules are changing because Raja put pause on that big boy. Yeah, he Raja put that work in, dog. Okay. Just want to watch said, but it isn't an instant reaction. Not wait 45 minutes after you accept the man's apology, then attack maliciously. Nah, it don't matter. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. Shout out to Brooklyn, man. Dana says she's from Brooklyn. Shout out to Brooklyn. I'll be up New York in December, man. You dig? Slingshot T said they goalposts got running shoes. Come on. What are we talking about here, man? Can't be certain. Okay, no, I'm glad y'all say this, right? Oh, I'm glad we're here. Damn it, I'm glad we're here. We just got finished talking about Daniel Penny. So we're talking about proportionate, okay? We're talking about proportionate. Let's go back to Daniel Penny for a minute. He choked out Jordan Neely on the train for simply using words. So by your logic, he was supposed to use words to Jordan Neely. Oh, see, y'all double standards are fucking out of this world. It's supposed to be proportionate when the big Caucasian man gets whooped on. Okay, when he gets his hiney spanked, it's supposed to be proportionate. But Jordan Neely was choked to death because he used words. That's interesting. Cyrus Stark said, "You're effing stupid." Christopher Williams said, "As an African American, I feel like we're the most hated with mostly any other race." Yeah, let me tell you, man, I'm not African American, I'm foundational Black American, but you can identify how you choose, brother. But foundational Black Americans are the most hated. There's not a group in America that doesn't hate foundational Black Americans. We are always the focal point, right? And we are always the most hated. We're always the scapegoat. We're always the reason bad shit is happening. At says that creep should have been found guilty. Yeah, he should have been, but he wasn't. He was paraded. He's an American hero. See, why is it that all the American heroes are degenerates? They're killers, they're human traffickers, they're slave owners. Why is that? That's fucking weird, dog. C. Max said, Raja reminded me of a man with that one-hitter quitter back in the day. Yeah. I just went to court with a man be home. He should be home now. He should be out. He not all the way out, but he out of the big joint. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Yeah, he got paws put on him, man. So what? It is what it is. PRB said Trump MAGA. Okay. What? See, damn, bro. Like, y'all got such a hard on for Trump. Dog. Y'all just randomly say Trump MAGA. Like, come on, cuz. Like, say something intelligent. Is that all you know is Trump MAGA? Say something intelligent, man. Listen, I'm up out of here, man. I will be back probably tomorrow or Friday. I'll see y'all. See Mac. I'll see you. And y'all be good, man. Thanks for stopping in. Hit the subscribe button. Peace.